House Bill 527.
Thank you.
And please feel free to start whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Mary Devereaux. I'm a judge of the 22nd Judicial District Court. I'm here in support of the bill, which is House Bill 527. Do you want me to just explain to you what this does?
Please, for the membership.
There are two new judicial district judges seats in the 22nd, which are Divisions K and Divisions L, which are courts of specialized or limited jurisdiction for family and juvenile matters. In the original enabling jurisdiction, the First Circuit has interpreted that jurisdiction in a way that limiting us to not having subject matter jurisdiction over cases involving partitions of co-owned property when people have a prenuptial agreement, or cases where they may have, property prior to the marriage. The effect of that interpretation is that any party who's going through a divorce who has a prenuptial agreement has to have parallel legislation or cases going, litigation going in both the family divisions and then in the general jurisdictions court. So they have to file two different pleadings, pay two different filing fees, and we're the only jurisdiction where that happens. Every other judge in the state who handles family matters has this subject matter jurisdiction. So we're not asking for any special consideration. We have rewritten the enabling jurisdiction to allow for, to make it extremely clear of all the different areas that should come under family jurisdiction and that all other family jurisdiction judges have. However, I did note when I was reading this that there are two essentially typographical errors, so I have to offer two technical amendments to the bill, if you don't mind.
Okay, if you could point out technical amendments, I'll offer those amendments. Page
2, line 20. At the end of the line, it should say RS 462151, not 21.
Go and read the second one.
I'm sorry, what?
Can you repeat that again so our attorney...
In line 27, it should say...
Can you repeat the first one? Can you repeat it again?
At the end of line 20, it should say revised RS 46:2151 instead of 2121.
Okay, what's the second one?
The second one is line 27. It should read ownership in division rather than ownership in division. And division is all one word.
We're going to have our attorney research the first one to make sure the numbers are correct. While we do that, Reverend Shadowin has a question.
Okay.
Judge, thank you for being here. The way Section B, and I'm pointing out on page 1, line 13, there's hereby created 2 additional district judgeships. We already have those judgeships, don't we?
We do have them. We've had them for 5 years, and we've been operating since January the 1st of 2009 under this enabling jurisdiction. What has happened over the last year is that a case has gone up to the First Circuit saying that the enabling jurisdiction, the way it is written, does objecting to our subject matter jurisdiction in cases involving prenup. They're saying that it doesn't come under family matters as provided by law. I don't want to criticize.
The First Circuit said that?
Yes, the First Circuit has said that.
So we would have a family law judge in charge of domestic matters who could not hear a prenuptial issue or a matrimonial agreement issue. Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you. That's as it stands right now. We are right now in the 22nd Judicial District we are transferring all of those cases, are denying, to general jurisdiction courts, because we cannot hear them as the interpretation of our enabling jurisdiction under the First Circuit stands as we speak.
So as it stands, there could be one common nucleus of operative facts being decided on two different judges in your judicial district.
Yeah, right. With
And
two
you think-
different whole litigation tracks, which is incredibly expensive. Not to mention the fact that there's one other thing, that if we don't have subject matter jurisdiction, and I know most of you are attorneys, so you understand this, every judgment that we have rendered in cases of that ilk
No.
from the day we took office forward is null and void ab
Right.
initio, and we don't have any idea how to even identify that to tell those people. So this has to be retroactive as well as reenacting it. We have to really correct this
So,
as soon as possible.
so the language then creating, et cetera, you're wanting all this to have retroactive effect so that whatever happened in the family court,
That's correct.
that'd be a heck of a note telling somebody they're not divorced if
Well,
they're
no, it's not
already
the
married.
divorce. But apparently, we're okay with the divorce and the child custody and the child support. For some reason, they have isolated this one area dealing with
Okay.
prenups and saying we have no subject matter jurisdiction over that. Now, there hasn't been anybody challenge our subject matter jurisdiction on anything else, and it's a little nerve wracking. Maybe they would interpret it differently. I don't know.
Representative Shadwin, if I could speak also, I'm Bob Morrison, and I'm
Yes, sir.
here just in an assistance capacity on the thing. Part of this started with the whole concept of creating specialized judgeships that was done years ago through the constitutional
Right.
amendment. And when the 22nd created theirs, I think that the jurisdiction was broadly stated as family jurisdiction. We, not that we're any better, but realizing there was some kind of problem when Representative Mack was handling ours for our district, with great assistance from Ms. Joyner, I might mention, for trying to delineate specifically the types of cases that could be heard, and that was in our statute that created our family court judges. There was a similar issue that came up on the same point with the family court in East Baton Rouge Parish a number of years ago, and the legislature actually had to pass legislation at that time to say that the family court had the ability to handle community property type situations. So that's kind of what this is addressing.
But the Judges Association is in support of this bill?
Oh, we didn't take a position. It's a local bill, but we're certainly not in opposition, and I personally would support it.
I do want to offer my extreme gratitude to Ms. Joyner for helping us on this bill. I think we drove her half crazy.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for your
Representative Harrison.
I want to approve, but I want to make sure my brother's divorced, he asked me just now. Because he certainly doesn't want to be married to her. I move at the proper time to approve. Did we
Okay,
do the
Representative-
amendments?
We are, go ahead and read the amendment, Mr. Joyner, and Mr. Harrison's going to offer it.
Members, we're changing the statutory reference on page 2, at the end of line 20, to 2151, RS 46 2151, and on line 27, we're changing ownership in division to ownership in division. In division, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And that's the extent of the amendments.
Okay, the amendment is offered by Representative Harrison. Is there any objection to that amendment? Hearing no objection, the amendment is adopted. Representative Garofalo for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Your Honor, just want to make sure that I'm perfectly clear, because it says we're creating new judgeships.
Well,
I think
right.
let me ask the question first. I mean, it references Position L, District L, and
K.
Division L and Division K. Those are already created.
Yes, they are. What
Okay.
we're doing is, and I'm
I
assuming.
understand. We're changing the law so that we're absolutely rock solid when
Right.
somebody comes back
And
to us
we're-
and says that we had jurisdiction to handle X, Y, and Z cases, types of cases, then we're absolutely sure that we had that authority.
Right.
I just want to make sure, because when I read it last night, I'm thinking, wow, it says they're already created, but we're creating them?
Right.
It just didn't
I
make
think
sense.
you're recreated.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Better way to put it is we're codifying.
That's right, and no additional costs or anything like
No,
that. This
no,
is-
nothing,
Okay, simply a
nothing.
matter of
It's
fixing
just-
the law.
Exactly,
Thank you, appreciate it.
exactly.
Thank
All
you.
right, the board is clear. Representative-
Legislatively overruling the Allen v. Allen case.
The board is clear. Representative Harrison has makes a motion that we report the bill as amended. Is there any objection to that motion? Hearing no objection, the bill is reported.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Mr.
much.
Representative Pearson,
Thank you,
for
members. I'll just make sure.
strong testimony.
I'll just thank you, members. And if you were on the retirement committee, you'd already be driving home right now. So
Yeah, that's how many times we're gonna have that discussion. That's the first.
not always happens. Doesn't happen that way.
Thank you all.
Well, that's only because we didn't put Representative Tebow's bill on the agenda. We have one last bill, members.